Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Raidraptor Yugioh deck profile for post Rise of the Duelist. With the release of Rise of the Duelist, we finally got a couple Raidraptor Xyz monsters, including Arsenal Falcon, to really bump up the power of the Raidraptor deck as a whole. And since we're post Master Rule 5 now, the deck is even stronger than what it used to be because we have the power of Link monsters, along with the fact that we can still summon our Raidraptor monsters in the main monster zone and not have to rely on the Link monster arrows to summon extra deck monsters or putting them just in the extra monster zone. Finally, I can focus on my 4 Strix power. Of those of you who've seen the anime with the Raidraptor plays, it was quite impressive just overall what they could do with all the different Xyz monsters for Raidraptors, and I wanted to basically replicate that with this deck profile, focusing heavily on the Raidraptors for the plays. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So for the monsters, I am running 3 Raidraptor Vanishing Lanius. Not too much has changed with the actual main deck, just the focus on some of the key cards after practicing more and more with the playstyle I wanted to go for with the deck, and the extra deck focusing on a good variety of Raidraptor Xyz monsters. 3 Vanishing Lanius just helps. For the additional summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower Raidraptor when you normal summon or special summon this card. So if you have all 3 Vanishing Lanius in your hand, you can summon 1 and then summon the other one, and then 1 more, and then 1 additional summon, giving you the option for going into the Link monster for Raidraptors, which is a very good setup card, Raidraptor Wise Strix. Or you can even just go for 2 Xyz, since you're not limited to the, like I said, extra monster zone for Link summons. You can go for 2 4 Strix with this play also if you wish, and that's just if you open up 3 Vanishing Lanius. I also run 3 Raidraptor Mimicry Lanius. More of your search power in the deck once per turn during your main phase. If this card was normal or special summon this turn, you can increase the levels of all Raidraptor monsters you currently control by 1. During your main phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can banish this card to add 1 Raidraptor card from your deck to your hand, except for Raidraptor Mimicry Lanius. You can only use this effect of Mimicry Lanius once per turn, but the setup power means we can search out a good number of Raidraptor cards, including our Raidraptor Call and Raidraptor Nest for that setup with the deck. And just having that banish power, we have another way that I'm testing out to recycle Mimicry Lanius back into the deck as well. But it's great because if you do want to run the rank 5, I believe it's either Sharp or Lanius, I believe. I haven't run the rank 5 in a while. I don't have it in this deck profile, but I'll show you can take out for it if you did want to run it, just for the fact that this card can boost it up. And then you can go up 2 ranks using Skip Force into Raidraptor Arsenal Falcon if you wanted to summon it out that way. But also with Mimicry Lanius, it's just a great setup card, so definitely another 3 of in the deck. One of the other 3 ofs I run is Raidraptor Fuzzy Lanius. Now, I know a lot of deck profiles don't really like Fuzzy Lanius just for the fact that it locks you out of some of your other extra deck plays, but I run the majority Raidraptors, so I'm not really affected too much about it. With this deck profile, if you control a Raidraptor monster other than Fuzzy Lanius, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Raidraptor Fuzzy Lanius from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Fuzzy Lanius once per turn, and you cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this except for Raidraptor monsters. Now, if it was just the extra deck, I wouldn't feel as bad because I can have some other main deck plays, including, considering Zephyros the Elite. But since we're limited to all just Raidraptor plays, I just decided to go as pure Raidraptor as I could with just a few extra deck monsters that aren't Raidraptors for some of the other additional plays. But Fuzzy is just an easy special summon, definitely does come in handy, and the low attack stat works very well with Pain Lanius as well. One of the best Raidraptors in the deck, though, has got to be Raidraptor Tribute Lanius. During your main phase, if this card was normal or special summon, you can send 1 Raidraptor card from your deck to the graveyard, and during your main phase 2, if this card destroys opponent's monster by battle this turn, you can add 1 rank up magic quick play spell from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except for Raidraptor monsters. You can only use each effect of Tribute Lanius once per turn, but we have plenty of the quick play Raidraptor spells in the deck as well to search out for, depending on what play you want to go for. But also having that send effect makes it much better because rank up magic Skip Force has plenty of setup as well, but the main send you'll send, since it has to be a Raidraptor card, will be your Mimicry Lanius, because then you can use Mimicry Lanius to banish from the graveyard and get a search to your hand as well. So remember that with the rank up cards, they don't have Raidraptor in their name, they're rank up magic cards, so you won't be able to send those with your Raidraptor Tribute Lanius. For some of the lower numbers of the Raidraptor monsters, I run 2 Raidraptor Singing Lanius. This is just a easy special summon if you control a Raidraptor or just a face-up Xyz monster. Special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Singing Lanius once per turn this way, but it's also searchable with Force Strix. So you can detach one from Force Strix and then summon out Singing Lanius and then go for the link play using Force Strix and also Wise, Singing to go into Wise Strix for more and more setup if you want to just thin out the deck and search more. And it's searchable with a bunch of other cards in the deck. I'm only running 2 though, since it's a once per turn, but still great setup later on also if you open up the second one. For some of the lower level Raidraptor monsters, I run 3 Raidraptor Last Strix. This is your great go-to card for the setup where you can basically tribute out Last Strix for an Xyz monster from the extra deck Raidraptor wise. Its effect will be negated, but then you can rank up using Skip Force and give you the additional monster from the extra deck that has the effect by easily getting out another Xyz monster, which is the main focus of Last Strix. It's also a level 1, so it is a 1-for-1 target and just that easy of a setup to go for. If you just normal summon this and you have Skip Force, it's a 2-card Ultimate Falcon onto the field. And I also run 2 Raidraptor Pain Lanius. Now, this was the one thing I was considering bumping up to 3. If I were, I would take out one of the Singing Laniuses for a 3rd copy of Pain Lanius. And I'll definitely be probably changing around a good amount of this when the Phantom Rage booster pack comes out. So can't wait for that. But Pain Lanius, just by taking some damage by using another monster's attack or defense, slowest one on the field, and special summon this card out into the field, and then it becomes the level of the monster targeted. So it's an easy Xyz summon, depending on whatever rank up you'll go for, or whichever level 4 monster you had on the field. Normally I don't like to do it with Last Strix since I don't run any rank 1s in the extra deck, but Pain Lanius is just that easy for a special summon, so very, very useful for sure for that setup. And that is it for the monsters. I always love playing the pure Raidraptor build. It just makes for the most fun plays since the extra deck focuses on just mostly Raidraptor monsters. But for the spells, for the rank up magics, I'm running 3 rank up magic Skip Force. You can target 1 Raidraptor Xyz monster you control, special summon from your extra deck 1 Raidraptor monster that is 2 ranks higher than that target. By using that target as Xyz material, this special summon is treated as an Xyz summon. Xyz materials attached to that card also, and during your main phase, except the turn it was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard to target 1 Raidraptor monster in your graveyard and special summon that Xyz monster. So with that banish and the one other Raidraptor monster, it's an easy summon out onto the field, then to reuse, let's say, for another rank up magic you may have in your hand. I also run 2 rank up magic Soul Shave Force. Pay half your life points, then target 1 Raidraptor Xyz monster in your graveyard, special summon it, then special summon from your extra deck 1 Xyz monster that has 2 ranks higher than that monster by using it as Xyz material. This special summon is treated as an Xyz summon, so you're not limited to what you can summon out with your Soul Shave Force. You can even go for Cyber Dragon Infinity, since it's just 1 Xyz monster that's 2 ranks higher. It doesn't have to be the same attribute or type, so that much power comes with paying half your life points with Soul Shave Force. I also run 1 rank up magic Revolution Force and 1 rank up magic Doom Double Force, just for the setup with Wise Strix, being able to activate them during the turn they're set, but also being able to have the quick play searches with Tribute Lanius is why I like to run both of these. Doom Double Force gives you the double rank up, and then Revolution Force helps you just to go into the higher level Raidraptor Xyz on the field, and then go from that play also for your rank up 6 that you can go for with the deck as well, relying on Air Raid into Arsenal Falcon if need be. And for some of the other one-of Raidraptor cards, I run 1 Raidraptor Nest. While not as good as Black Whirlwind in the search, it still comes in handy. If you control 2 or more Raidraptor monsters, you can add 1 Raidraptor monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only use this effect of Raidraptor Nest once per turn. It's why I'm only running 1. It's also searchable, so it's all you need for the plays. The 1 Raidraptor call, it targets a Raidraptor monster you control and special summons one with the same name as that monster on the field from your hand or deck in defense position. More and more resources to summon out onto the field. You can only activate once per turn, but you cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this, except for Raidraptor monsters. Once again, like Fuzzy, we're not limited with that play with this deck, but the one-ofs, they're just searchable. You don't really need any more numbers than these cards in the deck. But for more and more draw power, and just if we have multiple Raidraptor monsters of the same name in my hand, I run 3 Allure of Darkness, just that draw power. Like I said, if I open up, multiple Tribute Lanius, won't be as consistent, or if I had a Fuzzy in my hand to use for that search, so Allure is just great for the draw power overall. And I also run 3 Call by the Grave. This is just for stopping my opponent's hand traps. I don't really have a hand trap option that I prefer in this deck. If you wanted to mix around some of the numbers of Allure of Darkness, you could try putting in some hand trap spots for that. But Call by the Grave has always been useful to me when stopping either the hand traps from my opponent or just some of their monster plays. Now, one thing I decided to bump up for this deck, and that is Pot of Avarice, just because even going turn 1, I can quickly go through a good amount of my Raidraptor monsters, whether it be with Search, Special Summon, you name it, and build up that graveyard, or even just all of my extra deck monsters. The resources can really fly very quickly. That's why I decided to run 2 Pot of Avarice, as long as I don't open it up too early game, in my opening hand. I love seeing it at least, turn 2 or 3, because I can use it that easily with all the summons that I go through for more additional draw power and putting resources that I can more easily use back into the deck. And I also run, for the one-ofs, 1-for-1 for summoning out our Raidraptor Lastrix, because then you contribute it for the Xyz play and then go for the rank up using Skip Force. 1 Foolish Burial to set up our go-to Raidraptors in the graveyard, whether it be Mimicry Lanius or just another one for the setup. And lastly, 1 Burial from a different dimension for the fact that Allure of Darkness or even our Mimicry Lanius can banish a good amount of cards, or even Skip Force, so just being able to put them back into the graveyard to reuse, very, very useful with Burial from a different dimension, just as a one-of tech. And then for the only trap card I'm running, I still like the 1 Raidraptor Readiness, being another Raidraptor card. It's great for the send with our Tribute Lanius, being able to send 1 Raidraptor card. This turn, Raidraptors you control cannot be destroyed by battle. If you have a Raidraptor monster in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard. You take no damage this turn. So it's just a quicker setup with our Tribute Lanius in the graveyard to avoid taking any more damage this turn. And that is it for the main deck. Like I said, not much has changed with the actual main deck since my last update. Just a few choice techs that I definitely do think increase the playstyle for a more pure build-based Raidraptor deck. For the extra deck, though, I'm running 3 Raidraptor Forstrix. Still one of my favorite cards in the deck as a whole. It's a very, very powerful card as well. It gains 500 attack and defense for each wing beast type you control other than this card. And once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material to add 1 level 4 dark wing beast type monster from your deck to your hand. So whichever one you add, it's just an added bonus for you, whether you go for Singing Lanius for the special summon, Fuzzy Lanius, you name it. That search power can give you more and more resources on the field to use, and Forstrix is one of the main reasons I wanted to go for 2 Pot of Avarices, because it just helps you go through monsters that much quickly to want to recycle them back in the deck to use. And I also run 1 Raidraptor Blade Burner Falcon and 1 Raidraptor Rise Falcon. Now, if you wanted to run the rank 5 option, these can be either ones that you take out for that spot, just more additional rank 4s for you to run in the deck if you wish for your play options. For some of the higher ranks, I run 1 Raidraptor Revolution Falcon. I've always been a fan of this card for the rank up, but we also now have the new Raidraptor Revolution Falcon Air Raid, being a bumped up version of this card. Just being able to target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and if it was a face-up Xyz summon, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and inflict damage to your opponent equal the attack of that monster on the field. And if this card in your possession is destroyed by opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon Raidraptor Revolution Falcon from your extra deck. If you do, activate this card as material. So just a quick way to go into Revolution Falcon as well, using Revolution Falcon Air Raid for a good choice of plays. For the rank 7 Raidraptor, which is Arsenal Falcon, we have the option for the rank up play, but I'll also show some other ones you could potentially go to use to get into this card, using our Raid Up Magic Revolution Force to summon it out, using one of our Revolution Falcon Xyz as well for that play. And for some of the higher ranks, I also run 2 Satellite Cannon Falcon, destroying back row, and just so your opponent can't activate cards. When this card, when you target face someone you control, it loses 800 attack as well for that power play, and your opponent can activate cards in response to the spell or trap destruction. So very, very strong, powerful 3,000 attack point Raidraptor. You can get out with Doom Double Force, or if you have Revolution Falcon, Skip Force into it, and then you can Skip Force Satellite Cannon Falcon into Ultimate Falcon. And also the same goes for Final Fortress Falcon, with Ultimate Falcon basically being unable to be affected by cards and making your opponent's monsters lose attack while it has material on the field for an Xyz play. For the last of the Xyz, I run one Cyber Dragon Infinity. I just like it for the Soul Shave Force. You can use Soul Shave Force to go into a Raidraptor monster as well. It doesn't have to be Infinity. It's just a choice tech that I like for sure in the deck. And for the Link monsters, the only Link monster I run are the Raidraptor ones. So like I said, we're fully accessible for all the cards we run in our extra deck, and that is Raidraptor Wise Strix, with the search power, being able to special summon one level 4 Dark Wing Beast monster from your deck in defense position, negates effects, but still great for the resource add, and then being able to set your quick play spells as well if a Raidraptor Xyz monster's effect is activated while this card is on the field. And as for the go-to plays for the Raidraptor summons, it all goes down just to how you have your rank ups on the field. If you summon out your Raptor Vanishing Lanius, summoning Mimicry Lanius, you can go for the level boost, putting them both at 5, and then overlaying them if you want to go for the rank 5 Raidraptor play, whichever one it may be. If you decide to run it, like I said, you could take out any of your rank 4 Raidraptor spots for Blade Burner and Rise Falcon for a rank 5, and then using the rank 5 on the field, you can use your rank up Magic Skip Force to go into your rank 7 Raidraptor Arsenal Falcon on the field. Or if you didn't want to do it that way, you can overlay both of these cards into your Raidraptor Force Strix, being able to use the search power of Force Strix, then going into Skip Force as well to summon out any of your rank 6 Raidraptors, like in the form of Revolution Falcon, and then also then go for the next rank up play, which will be rank up Magic Revolution Force, to go into your rank 7 Raidraptor Arsenal Falcon, with a way just to get more and more Xyz materials on the card as well with these plays that you do. And then if you have the Link monster on the field, just an added bonus, because when you activate the Xyz effects of these cards, you can set more and more setup on the field in the form of your rank up spells also. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy it. It was a really fun deck, and Raidraptors are one I always like to hold on to because you never know when there's going to be an update, like with Phantom Rage coming out very soon. Can't wait. I think it's going to completely change how we play the Raidraptor deck as well, and also just the other support we'll be getting for the Xyz characters from Arc 5, including Phantom Knights, I believe. So can't wait for that. Hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm not sure if I'll update Raidraptors, maybe if we get more support before then. If not, come Phantom Rage, definitely look forward to that update. And until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.